Hello dear fans, friends and subscribers. Welcome to the exciting cricket happening show once again with your host Ram. And well, on this cricket happening show, I'm really short of time, dear friends and subscribers. So I'm going to just skim through it. But as I'm talking to you, one match that is completed is the third one-day international between Zimbabwe and New Zealand, where New Zealand have actually won the final one-day international of the series by 38 runs against Zimbabwe, and they have actually taken the series. So the series is over. New Zealand have taken it 2-1, but I thought Zimbabwe played very well to score 235 in reply to New Zealand, who made 273 for 6, spurred on by a brilliant innings from Kane Williamson, who held the innings together, and the captain of the New Zealand team, Kane Williamson, was named the man of the match and also the man of the series. So that is as far as, and then the T20 match, which is going to come up on Sunday between New Zealand and Zimbabwe. Well, I'll be briefly covering on that. And while I'm talking to you right now, Australia, who really had already, I would say the writing was on the wall the day Australia were all out for 60, but today they have definitely put up a much better performance, but they have lot of hard work to do. But they have already lost half their side back into the pavilion. As I was talking to you right now, I do see the Australian captain Michael Clarke is walking back to the pavilion as he has been caught by Bell of the bowling of Wood for 13. So though that means it's really going to be pretty hard for Australia to get out of jail here, because right now it was a ball which was well outside the off stump from Mark Wood, and Michael Clarke couldn't avoid the temptation of pushing at that. And when he did it, it was Bell who actually took the rebound catch from the second slap. So right now, as I'm talking to you, Australia are, in fact, England today in the overnight score, declaring the innings closed. Alistair Cook calling his troops over with the score on 391 for 9 declared. So that meant that they had a 331 runs lead, and Australia were put in. Australia, as I said, played much better than what they did in the first innings. But I can tell you one thing here, that Australia are truly in jail right now, because Australia are trailing by 157 runs while I'm talking to you on this cricket update, and Australia have a lot of hard work to do. Adam Burgess and Peter Neville are in the middle. Adam Burgess is not out on 21 with 3 boundaries. Peter Neville has just come to the crease at Michael Clarke's dismissal. Well, so what I'm going to do now I will definitely come back to that, but before that, let me skim through the Zimbabwe-New Zealand match that happened at the Harare Sports Club, which actually brought an end to this one-day series between New Zealand and Zimbabwe. So New Zealand actually batted first, and today they really struggled. In fact, if you see, Martin Guptill and Latham were really struggling. They had to really eke out the runs. The runs were not easy to come by. Some good bowling from Thanasha Panyagra, using the crease well, coming wide of the crease and bowling in, getting the ball to swerve in. Madziva was a bit costly, but for Zimbabwe today, it was the spinners who did a fine job, especially Graham Creamer, who has come into the Zimbabwe squad, and he has done a wonderful job, I thought, in this series. He bowled an excellent spell of 10 overs, no maiden, 44 runs and 3 wickets, well supported by John Nimbu playing his first match. Right arm off spinner, the tall John Nimbu, 10 overs, no maiden, 52 runs and 2 wickets. So they were the ones actually taking 5 wickets between them, conceding 96 runs. And that was the one, as they said, they started picking up wickets with Martin Guptill out for 42 of 50 balls with 6 fours. Latham contributing 16 of 29 balls with 2 fours. Colin Munro was clean bowled by Creamer for 9. And then we had Kane Williamson, the New Zealand captain, actually holding the innings together for them, shepherding the New Zealand innings in a superb way. As you know, Kane Williamson himself is a very good player of spin bowling, and he showed us why by dealing with them in the right way. And then Grant Elliott contributed 36 of 38 balls, 3 fours and 1 6. And Luke Ronchi was dismissed for 7. But definitely New Zealand got some real thrust into the innings, which was provided by Jimmy Neesham and Nathan McCullum, as they rattled off almost over 50 runs in the last 4 overs, with Jimmy Neesham finishing on an unbeaten. In fact, Kane Williamson making 90 of 109 deliveries with 8 fours and 1 6, and Jimmy Neesham finishing on an unbeaten 37 of 31 balls with 2 fours and 1 6. Nathan McCullum finishing on an unbeaten 25 of 16 balls with 1 6. and New Zealand reaching a score of 273 for 6 of their 50 overs. Panyangra, 9 overs, 1 made and none for 53. Madziva, 6 overs, none for 41. I'm not going to go into the bowling figures here today because of short of time here. Let's look at the Zimbabwean innings. The Zimbabwean innings, well, they had a very, very good start with Hamilton Masakadza playing in a really powerful manner to make 57 of 71 deliveries with 7 fours and 2 sixes that he hit. Chibaba was the usually sedate self but slowly started opening up, but made 32 of 65 balls with 3 fours, and the opening partnership was worth 97 runs in 22 overs. So, and then we saw Craig Irvine come in and chip in with 32 of 32 balls, but when Craig Irvine fell, Zimbabwe slowly started finding themselves in trouble. Elton Chigumbra holed out of the bowling of Sodhi for 3, and then it was only Sean Williams who was staying, but unfortunately for Sean Williams, he could not muster enough support from any of the lower order batsmen, which was a shame according to me, as Sean Williams himself was playing a lone hand there, but to no avail, as he collected 63 runs of 62 balls with 5 fours and 1 6. But then the Zimbabwean lower middle order totally disappointed, as Sikandar Raza was out for 11 balls, Chakaba was gone for 3, 14 coming to Kramer, Madziva making 2, Panyangra 7, Nimbu 1. So 235 all out, with New Zealand taking the match, winning the match by 38 runs, and thus taking the series 2-1. But I thought Zimbabwe definitely played well in this one-day series. They really showed that they are someone who can be really, they were a force to reckon with, one could say. Now looking at the bowling here, the 3 for 36 from Mitchell McClenaghan, 2 wickets for 47 for East Sodhi, 1 wicket apiece for Williamson, Neesham and McCallum. So that is as far as that particular match is concerned. Now let's have a look at the Australia match here. Just talking about this game between Australia and England. We are in day 2, and there's definitely going to be a result. There is no doubt about it. And looking at this particular match between Australia and England on the second day, it was Joe Root making 130 runs of 170 ball, 19 fours and 1 6, and Wood making, yesterday as you know, Johnny Bairstow making 74 of 105 balls with 12 fours, but today Mark Wood, the night watchman, making 28 of 32 balls with 5 fours. Stokes was out for 5, Butler was out for 12, but definitely England were able to get a very, very good lead here, thanks to the batting of Moeen Ali and Stuart Broad, with Moeen Ali playing in an aggressive manner, hitting a breezy 38 of just 24 deliveries with 7 fours and 1 6, and Broad contributing with a bat too, as he had beaten 24 to his name of 29 balls with 2 fours and 1 6. And the partnership was pretty aggressive at times, 58 runs added by these two pair of Moeen Ali and Broad, which took England to 391 for 9 and enabled the England captain Ashley Cook to declare with a 331 runs lead. And today Mitchell Starc bowled superbly. He moved the ball late and he was swinging the ball very well at good pace, and he got the rewards. In fact, he was the most successful bowler. 27 overs, 2 maidens, 111 runs and 6 wickets, bowled splendidly, supported by Hazelwood, 2 for 97, and Johnson, 1 for 102. As far as Australia were concerned, for Australia, well, the opening was good today. It was a very solid start that Australia put up on the board, even though there were near edges and misses. And I would say that it was Chris Rogers and David Warner really surviving some tough moments against Chris Broad, with the ball really falling short of the slips and sometimes going out of hand. But then the opening partnership was pretty solid, with Warner I would say really started off in some belligerent fashion by really getting after the English bowlers, and he contributed 64 with 9 fours and 2 sixes. Rogers also started getting into his mode of stroke making, with some delectable strokes being played by Rogers through the offside. He made 52 with 10 fours. But after that, we saw that it was Ben Stokes who was amongst the wickets today, as he first he sent both the openers back to the pavilion by getting Chris Rogers and Warner's wicket. He also added Sean Marr's wicket to his tally to make it 3. Broad took 1 wicket today, and that was of Stephen Smith, who edged it, and Stokes took a brilliant catch. and Michael Clarke, as I said, he goes out for 13. So right now, while I'm talking to you, Australia are 176 for 5. Wojcicki is not out on 22, 3-4s. Peter Neville is yet to get off the mark. And as I said, 3 wickets for 26 for Ben Stokes and 1 wicket apiece to Broad and Wood. And Australia have a long way to go here. They are trailing right now by 155 runs. We are only in the second day, and you know, Australia have still a lot of hard work to do. This pair has to really get it on, and for me, I can really see the result right in front of my eyes, and that is going to be an English victory. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I don't have much time today to dwell on any of the other cricket topics today. Sorry about it due to lack of time. Thanks for your company, and thanks for your considerable support to the cricket show. This is your host Ram signing off for the day. Thank you.